In May 2023, a woman from Medway made a decision that would change her life forever. Like millions of others seeking companionship, she joined an online dating site, hoping to find someone special to share her life with. It started with a friend request on social media. The profile belonged to a man claiming to be a British Army officer, his photos showing a handsome uniformed soldier. Soon she was contacted by him directly. His messages were charming, thoughtful, and full of attention. He'd send good morning texts and stay up late talking, making her feel seen and cherished. For someone who had been lonely, this constant validation felt like a dream come true. He quickly became her closest confidant. He told her he was involved in covert operations in Mali, a dangerous setting that conveniently explained why he couldn't meet her in person just yet. The story was incredibly detailed and convincing. He presented himself as an army doctor, a hero saving lives. He used military jargon and sent photos that seemed to corroborate his tales, building a portrait of a man who was both brave and compassionate. Over weeks of constant communication, she fell deeply in love. He had successfully isolated her in a digital bubble where only their connection mattered. She was in love with this man she believed was genuine, caring, and heroic. He spoke of retiring from the army and building a life with her in the UK, painting a vivid picture of buying a home and having a peaceful future together. It was an intoxicating promise. Then, after cementing their plans, came the request that would begin her financial nightmare. He manufactured a crisis, telling her he had a consignment of gold he needed to import back to the UK. But due to his deployment, his accounts were inaccessible, and he required her help paying the duties and taxes. He assured her it was a small investment in their shared fortune. Trusting him completely, she agreed to help. The financial drain began subtly. Between 2022 and 2023, what started as small requests for help soon spiraled into a devastating pattern. In 16 separate transactions, she transferred a total of £128,500. Each payment was accompanied by a promise that this was the final hurdle. The excuses were elaborate. Each time there was another fee, another tax, another obstacle that required more money to overcome, presented as customs charges or urgent medical bills. Desperate, she used her life savings. When that ran out, she took out high-interest loans and borrowed from credit cards, sinking into a financial abyss. She was completely isolated, all for a man who didn't exist. The breaking point came when the fantasy shattered. When she finally realized she had been defrauded, despite the overwhelming shame, she courageously came forward to the police, determined to see justice done. Detectives from Kent Police began tracing the money through a complex web of mule accounts. They discovered that Maxwell Roosie was responsible for setting them up. The 53-year-old from Nuneaton, Warwickshire, was arrested in March 2024, finally putting a face to the deception. The pursuit of justice culminated on September 23rd at Woolwich Crown Court, where Maxwell Roosie was sentenced to 5 years in prison. This conviction was a significant blow against the organized criminal enterprises that orchestrate these heartless romance scams, sending a clear message that their actions have severe consequences. He admitted his guilt, pleading to charges of money laundering and the possession of articles for use in fraud. These articles were the digital tools of his trade, the fake profiles and scripted stories used to build false intimacy and exploit his victims' trust for financial gain. The lead investigator, Detective Constable Mark Newman, emphasized the profound damage caused. And he said, "Romance fraud is a particularly cruel offense which causes serious emotional harm for victims, as well as the financial impact it entails. It's a crime that weaponizes a person's emotions, turning the search for connection into a devastating experience. This case is a stark warning about the dangers lurking in our digital world. The playbook for these scams is often the same. Be wary of anyone who showers you with affection immediately, but consistently refuses to meet in person or video chat. A common cover story is being in the military overseas. But the ultimate red flag is any request for money, no matter how convincing the story. Because of the deep emotional manipulation, many victims feel ashamed and hesitate to report the crime. It is crucial to remember the blame lies solely with the perpetrator. Speaking out is the first step toward healing and is essential for bringing these criminals to justice and protecting others. If you or someone you know is being asked for money by an online partner, report it immediately. Don't let these heartless criminals destroy more lives.